I am so excited about this podcast interview. As you know, I don't do a lot of interviews, and I actually had an opportunity to share about one of our students' journeys. And the reason why I'm so impressed by Cindy Strong is because she came into my world being a hairstylist behind the chair her entire life. And just based on life happening, she needed to find something where it wasn't so physical. So she decided that she was going to learn, online marketing, social media, figure something out. And she at first was going to really do something with being a hairstylist. So maybe help other hairstylists grow their social media. From that, she was actually able to find her niche. She actually she has a social media agency, but she's also a top affiliate for other companies. So she's found this beautiful balance of working on other people's businesses and Facebook, Instagram, like stuff she had no idea how to do it, to being a top affiliate promoting, other people's things. And she'll share in the interview. So I don't want to give it away, but she was able to not only match, but surpass her income that she had achieved as a stylist. And she's a very successful stylist. So it just goes to show it can take some time to figure it out. But if you're patient and coachable and keep showing up and doing the work, which is who she is, you will get there. So let's listen into our interview here with Cindy Strong. This is a special guest because she's somebody who's been a gold digger for years and years and years. And she's somebody who's been very active in our program. Sometimes people will sign up for things and they're just kind of, watching some videos in the back office, maybe, head down implementing. Cindy's somebody who has been very, very active in our community. She's built great relationships with the Gold Digger team, the other students in the programs. But most importantly, she came in with, a successful career, but she was ready to build her own thing. She was ready to figure out this whole online space, but she didn't have something already. So she really came in knowing she wanted to do it, but not knowing exactly what that was. And I know a lot of you are at that place where, oh, hey, Social Connector in the house on YouTube, shout out. Where I know some of you are in that place where there's more for you. Put me in the comments if this can resonate with you. There's more for you. Maybe the job that you're at, you're not passionate about it, or it's just not fulfilling your financial needs, or you find yourself stressed out a lot and you're having a hard time being present with your family or taking care of yourself, and you just know something needs to change. Okay. I think a lot of you can resonate with that. And I'm really excited for you guys to meet Cindy. I'm going to bring her from backstage and she can share a little bit about her experience and her journey when we bring her on. Thank you, Cindy.
Hey.
You're the best. I appreciate you so much. So some people don't know you. We'll put her name in the comments for you guys, Cindy Strong. Cindy, tell everybody a little bit about yourself as far as your background and where you were at when you came into our Gold Digger programs.
Okay, yeah. So I was a career hairdresser. Career meaning I didn't ever think that I would quit doing hair, but my health took a turn and the doctor said, nope, you have to stop. You have to get a desk job. A desk job? No. So I became an insurance agent for about 9 months. And yeah, that was like, oh no. Then I ended up moving up to Oregon to be near my children. And that was 2019. And then what happened, that was the end of 2019. What happened in early 2020?
Yes.
And then I'd already gotten my license to work in Oregon because I was going to sneak it in, even though the doctor said no. But that wasn't a really good time because of the pandemic. We thought it was going to last 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks.
Right.
Yeah, be over in 2 weeks. No. So everybody online, I'm not ready to retire. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do? Well, maybe I can go online and teach people. I was an educator for Paul Mitchell for almost 20 years. And I thought, well, maybe I can, teach people about hair and stuff like that. Well, I didn't know anything. I could barely even get on the computer. I mean, let's face it, I was a hairdresser almost 40 years, right? So we just didn't do computers. I mean, I had online scheduling and all that stuff, but it just it wasn't I could barely turn it on. Well, where's the on button? Where?
And look at you now. Awesome. So you had okay.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So tell us. Okay, so also a lot of people can relate to all of everything that we went through the pandemic, but also I think it also being home so much too for a lot of us made us go, wow, this is kind of awesome. So you'd always been, behind a chair. Suddenly you're at home. Tell us what happened when you did you come into Six Figure Breakthrough Business Academy first or Ignited Life Coaching?
No, Six Figure first.
Okay. See, I remember you on the call. So you came in and I remember you said, I want to do something with, maybe helping hairstylists with their social media. Is that what it first was going to be?
Yeah. Yeah. Because what I did notice that once I started getting online, I loved like making graphics and doing this stuff. And, I'm like popping into Facebook and people are starting to notice and all this stuff's going on. And I'm thinking, hey, I kind of like this. This is fun. So I thought, yeah, I could teach, hairdressers social media, but they were a lot like I was. They didn't really have anything to do with it, So that was tough.
Well, yeah. And so then, okay. And I love this story because don't you guys all feel like when you see people who are successful, it just seems like they just figured it out? It's not like that. It's such a process. And I just want to give you guys all grace. I mean, again, I'm glad you guys are here, but just give yourself some grace. Okay. This is a process. This is something we have to figure out. So tell us how you're working through our program, you're implementing what you're learning. And I remember when you were kind of like, I feel like this could be more. So how did you discover your social media agency being able to really support entrepreneurs, not just hairstylists, but how did that happen? Was it because you were kind of able to think bigger, more confident in yourself? What would you attest that to or attribute it to?
Well, while I was going through Six Figure Breakthrough Academy and I was starting to really post a lot more on social and, I was like getting very comfortable with everything. One of my in-life friends messaged me and said, our business doesn't have any presence on social media. Would you mind helping us? We'll pay you. And I went, wait, what? You're going to pay me to do what I'm doing every day? Well, heck yeah. And then all of a sudden, like this light bulb went off and I said to Kimberly, oh, they're going to pay me. And she goes, oh yeah. I mean, virtual assistants make good money in this business.
Hey, Gold Digger, I want to let you know we have a brand new boot camp coming up. It is Brand Like a Boss. I'm going to teach you in 9 days what it took me over a decade to learn as I built this company to a $10 million company. And we've done all of it through social media. So we're going to teach you how to build out your personal brand, how to develop your content pillars, how to really target your audience with your messaging, generating leads from your content and closing sales in the DM. So inside of this boot camp, we're going to teach you that and more. You're going to have access to the replays during the 9 days. You're going to get a workbook. We're going to have bonus training, all the things and more. So click the button below this video to register and I'll see you there. So then your agency was born and then you have grown that into, you do social media. You do a lot of just making, kind of actually goes really well with today. So if any of you at any point are just like, yeah, no, I'm not going to implement some of these things, I want you to reach out to Cindy Strong because she actually knows the platforms and the tools we're talking about really well. But you found yourself really loving systems and technology and helping businesses function. So would you say that you grew into not just social media, but more of like really supporting businesses?
Yes. And I love that part of it because I don't know why, but I get super excited. Like I had a meeting earlier with a client and, we're going to implement another email sequence. And I started getting super excited about what we're going to put in there and thinking, why am I so excited about that? But it does. It's just exciting, let's add value. Let's do this. Let's do that, and she's like, yes. Okay. So it works. All of it works. Automation, teaching people how to do that. And then all of a sudden they're like, what? That freed up so much of my time. That's amazing. Yeah. And my people are getting attention while I'm sitting here drinking my coffee. Yeah. Why not?
Which is what you want. Yeah. So, and you said something really important. You said, I don't know why I get so excited about that. That is your zone of genius. So you figured out your zone of genius. Like you love that. Like that's why it's so important to do this work to figure out what our gifts are and all of the things, but also putting systems in place is going to allow you guys to free up the time to do the things that you love, which is what we just talked about. So you came into Ignited Life Coaching, and I feel like because you have been in our programs for years and now you're in our alumni program, You are somebody who has really, you walk the talk, what you're learning, you'll implement it. You're somebody who very coachable. I mean, you've sent me things where you're like, okay, what about this for pricing? And I'm like, ooh, I would do this different. So I feel like that's a really essential piece for being coachable as well. Do you mind sharing what your husband or what you sent on his behalf, what he sent in the mail? Do you mind if I share?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So I get this beautiful birdhouse in the mail, and it's like this white, it's like distressed looking white birdhouse. It's like gorgeous. And I love birdhouses because I lived with my grandfather growing up and he made them all the time. It's like my thing. And the note inside is saying from her husband that he's so grateful for Cindy coming into our programs because she has changed so much as his wife and as a woman. And he's so proud of her. And he wanted to send a token of his appreciation. And I was like, and I have it out by one of my favorite trees out back. But I wanted to share that with you guys because this isn't just about your business and getting more organized. This is about you changing as a person. And that's why we're so passionate about our programs and the work that we do. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit about some of our programs that we're opening, Cindy. What would you say to those that are watching that haven't done any group coaching programs with us? They've not worked with Team Gold Digger. What would you say to them before we wrap up?
Oh my gosh. You need to have a coach. Kimberly is still my coach. I'm in the alumni program, so I can't let go. I can't. It's like partially because I just feel like it's family, number one. And there's always somebody out there that I'm like, oh, I'm going to go ask so-and-so about this because I know that they're into this or whatever. And I have this whole big family that I can go to, I can, lean on or, invite to come to different things and getting into six-figure breakthrough, that was one thing because that is, setting up your systems and stuff. But Ignited Life Coaching opened up a huge world. It was just a lot more about developing myself and developing, my own spirit and figuring out exactly what it is that I wanted than just the systems. Because the systems, once they're in place, they're in place.
Right.
Learning how to do that. But when you really dive in deep and figure out who you are, because, there was a lot of people that would start the program out and they would be really successful right away. And I'm like, why aren't I being successful? Well, everybody gets there in their own time. And if you keep going, and the other thing is that I was bound and determined, if I'm going to put forward the money and if I'm going to go to every single event, every single thing is on my calendar, I'm not going to miss. I think I missed one meeting.
Yeah. I mean, we'll pick all of them. Yeah. And just to give you a little street cred shout out, tell everybody about your milestone that you hit in July, was it?
Oh my gosh.
Your revenue milestone. Tell everybody.
When I did hair, I made really good money. You guys, I did very well. And that was one of the reasons I was never going to quit. I just had a really good life. But when the pandemic hit and all of that happened, I lost everything. There's no Roth IRA or whatever. There's nothing. I mean, there's no retirement. So I am like, what in the world? I have no money now. There's no residual coming at me. So my goal was to make at least $10K a month moving forward in this business. And I finally hit it in July. And so, you know what? It's taken a while, but I hit $10K on top. But it was like when I realized that was happening, I'm like, oh my gosh. And
did it.
It's continuing. So at 10K for this last month, but really close.
Yeah. And then you're still on track. That's a six-figure average. So
Absolutely.
That's incredible, Cindy. You did it. I'm so proud of you. Guys, go follow Cindy Strong on social media. Like I said, we adore you, Cindy. Thank you for taking the time to do this. I appreciate you.
Love it.
All right. Yes. All right. Have a good day. That is a wrap, Gold Digger. How much do you love Cindy Strong and her story? It's so inspiring. Also, I want to remind you, we are in full swing here for the Wealth Code Bootcamp. I want you to be participating in this because we have never done a 9-day format for this bootcamp. This is one of our most popular topics, is getting in alignment with the wealth frequency, figuring out why you're not attracting what you want. And honestly, if you've tried a lot of things, then you're the problem, meaning you've got to figure out how to get out of your own way, what those limiting beliefs are, forms of self-sabotage, and smash them. But also, what are those wealth building habits that you can implement on a day-to-day basis? Our boot camps are very hands-on. So look below this episode to register. You can also head to our Facebook group Goal Digging Boss Babes, so that way you don't miss the homework and the action steps and just all the things that are going to come with it. So really glad to have you on. If this was helpful, subscribe, say hello to Cindy, go shoot her a DM, let her know that you heard this interview. And also take a screenshot of you listening to this, throw it in your stories and tag me at the Goal Digger Girl. Love to give you a shout out for that. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon.